Morning. What's going on? This is Stephanie.
It's Andre.
It's Adrian.
And School Commute Convos. How's everybody doing?
Good.
So I have a few topics I want to bring to your attention, but let's see what we can focus on. So first thing is Brooklyn anymore? That's one. Green light.
Brooklyn anymore.
Sibling rivalry. Is it a real thing? Is it a real thing? So I think it's between those two. What do you want to... You want to talk a little... No. Because each needs their own...
You think so?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so. Because is Brooklyn? That's on its own. And then sibling rivalry. They're their own. So what would you like to talk about?
Let's do Brooklyn.
Brooklyn is Brooklyn. All right, cool.
I know you got to get it off your chest.
I get it off my chest.
Get it off your chest.
So, let's focus on, is Brooklyn really Brooklyn? So, as a Brooklyn native, I've lived in Brooklyn literally all my adult life. I just started to learn about Queens and things like that a little bit later, living with Andres and things like that. So, as a Brooklyn native, there's many things that are on the agenda. Many things on the agenda, right? You have your local neighborhoods, you have your local restaurants, you have your community, you have your people, right? So being part of Brooklyn for a long time, I'm very familiar with like basically all of Brooklyn. So looking at the word gentrification, I gotta put it up there. How does that affect the residents that live in Brooklyn? So I'm used to a certain type of people in a certain neighborhood. I've been there all my life. So when you use the word gentrification, it changes the definition of how Brooklyn is seen or how Brooklyn behaves in a certain way. I decided to go take my children to a skating park. It's all the way in Brooklyn. Took the drive, went there really early. I said, let's go and have a good time. We'll have, we'll do rollerblading, we'll get lunch, we'll walk around the park, have a good time. I took a chance because I thought it was going to rain. They said it was going to rain all weekend, but I took a chance. It was very cloudy. It was very foggy. And I was like, if it rains, it rains. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Ended up being a beautiful day. So I'm glad I took the chance to go and go out there. So the whole experience is Brooklyn really Brooklyn? The answer is nah. The answer is nah. And here's what it is, right? So you have beautiful parks. They have access to the ferry. There's a lot of restaurants, a lot of things going on, right? So as we completed our day at the skate park, I'm gonna post pictures of that and their poor attempts of skating because I wasn't gonna. But they looked amazing. They had a good time, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, okay. No, okay. But
A good time.
but getting into, is Brooklyn anymore? My answer to that is no. You simply can't walk in a park without somebody getting upset. Now, when I mean upset, I mean in a sense like we didn't belong there. Now, hear me out. As we're walking in the park, there's a lane. There you have regular lanes and you have your bike lanes. So there was another group of families in front of us. I know they were not from Brooklyn, but they were probably from Queens or somewhere like that. Because I recognize her accent, and I'll talk about more accents later on. But, because I didn't know I had an accent, but I think I do. Because it's very prominent. So we're walking on the bike lane. We're finished skating. We're ready to go back to our car. And then I'm like, let's go grab some lunch. Let's keep walking the park. The Brooklyn Bridge is there. It's a beautiful day. Let's keep walking. So apparently the family in front of us, they had a good amount of children. There was like 6 or 7 children with them. Came as a group. They were walking on the bike lane. The bike lanes are not that wide, but just thinking about how, we're all walking together. It's a park. It's a family day. It's a beautiful day outside. We're all walking. All of a sudden, I hear this man go, ugh. And I'm like, who? I'm like, what is going on here? Like, why are we grunting? Why are we getting upset for? My man goes, why y'all getting in the bike lane? And I was just looking at him, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So the mom in front of me yells like, yo, watch it. There's little kids here. He's like, you shouldn't be in the bike lane anyway. And I was like, why are you so mean? I'm like, why are these people so mean? I was just like, and it was like a white male, because I'm going to just say it was a white male. Aggressive. Like we were in his property, like we were in his vicinity, like we weren't allowed to be there to walk on the bike lane. My man got really upset, and you hear him huffing and puffing. And I'm like, yo, what is his problem? It was not the first time that happened that day, within a span of 10-15 minutes while we were walking. And it happened about 3 other instances more. Like, we were literally blocking their way. We were getting in the middle of their day, and we were not welcomed. Let me tell you something right now. I pulled my son, my youngest, I pulled him out of the bike lane. I grabbed him by the butt. Like I said, do me a favor, get out of the bike lane. I said, let that be that one person that come and hit you with a bike. I'm punching somebody in the throat today. And I said it out loud so everybody around me in my vicinity can hear me. Because what you're not going to do is you're not going to go on this bike lane because this is a designated area. You're not going to hit little kids if they're walking in the bike lane. You're not going to do that. Like, let's get one thing straight. We understand it's a park. It's beautiful. Everybody's out. There's going to be a tendency for it to be a little crowded. It wasn't even that crowded. There was enough people outside to, occupy the lanes or whatever the case may be. But they were little kids. They were walking. The mom had a stroller. The dad had a little, the little car things that you push the babies on. And there was, 4 other kids. So I'm assuming there was probably cousins or, niece and nephews and stuff like that. So they were all together having a nice time. So then this dude huffing and puffing with his Hawaiian shirt and wife beater on, saying that you was in the way in the lane. I was like, you're not supposed to be. And he's like riding away in his bike. You're not supposed to be in the lane. I was like, what? And it happened 2 more instances. 2 more instances it happened. Like, what's going on? Like, we don't belong there? What's up with that? I bet 100% if it was somebody else, he wouldn't have said anything. We will pause and we will return back to this conversation.
Just keep it recording.
We will return back to this conversation. So what are your thoughts on people being in the bike lane? Like people walking in the bike lane and people getting annoyed?
Number 1, you're not supposed to be in the bike lane. There's a separate lane for pedestrians. There's a separate lane for pedestrians.
They're so close together and they're
right. But you gotta remember the bike lane is a little small lane.
It is a small lane. Yes.
I get it. They're being overprotective of their bike lane. But it still doesn't give them a right to it still doesn't give them a right to be an a-hole about it,
Okay. So you're saying that they were in the wrong for being in the bike lane?
Well, if nobody is passing by, fine, But the minute you start seeing people in bikes, you should step to the side. It's no different when they have the bike lanes in the boardwalk, in the beach. Because now New York City has bike lanes galore.
Right.
Dedicated bike lanes.
Right.
For bicyclists.
I'm not against having the separation between the walkers and the bikes. That's not my issue. My issue is
he had an attitude.
He had an attitude about it.
That's why he's being overprotective.
There was no reason for you to be like. And my thing is that they were coming. He wasn't coming behind them, because if it would be different if we were behind us, like we were walking and he was coming, and we didn't notice him.
He was coming head at you.
He was coming head to head. So you hear him huffing and puffing from head to head. So I'm like,
yeah, I didn't move fast enough.
so that's exactly what it was, right?
Yeah.
We didn't move fast enough.
My man is in full motion. He's like, I got no time for stop signs. I gotta keep going straight. Y'all in my way.
See, my dude right there, he probably ain't got no kids. Okay, because you're probably an insensitive jerk let's just say it like that. If you see kids, they're little. They're gonna walk where they're gonna walk. Like, they're little. It's not even that serious. But because you're huffing and puffing and you're making it bigger than what it is, and now you're yelling at the pedestrians to get out of the bike lane, like, move out the bike lane. Like, you're just being a jerk. That's what I'm saying. And then the other instances, I still see people and I'm like, why are they getting so upset? Because we're in your way. We're infringing on your private bike space. And then people want to get into a fight about it. And then you want to yell across as you're riding away. Because if you were walking, you would have not raised your voice. If you were walking, you would have not gotten an attitude as quickly as you did. Right? Because you want to run your mouth. Brooklyn ain't Brooklyn how it was to be.
How it used to be?
How it used to be. That's all right. Or unless it did stay the same it was and I just wasn't, there to recognize it or to see it. It wasn't that serious and there was really no reason for you to be like that. Because if you were in the bike lane, if you saw them going head to head, all you had to do was go around them. Like, because if you saw them, like, you saw that they were walking, all you had to do, so you're running in one lane. You couldn't move over just a little bit? So the question is, like, who was the a-hole in this situation? He was. They were little kids. Come on. Little kids, they'll be listening, they'll be walking ahead of you. They do that. So that's my beef with that. But the whole issue with gentrification, like, if you're not familiar with that, I'll go a little bit more in depth about it. But it's just simply how people of lower income have now steadily been moving away further and further and further from different areas, pushed away, where more higher incomes are coming in, taking over homes, moving in, taking up space. Because that's what we're doing. We're taking up space, especially in the bike lane. So now you're pushing away long Brooklyn residents in communities so that we can make room for you guys. But you can't even make room for us in a bike lane. I have an issue with that. I do. But everybody's entitled to their opinions. Everybody's entitled to looking at this situation differently. But facts is facts. Like, the quality of life has changed based on your income. I've seen rents in same apartments for up to $3,000 that they're charging, like, Manhattan prices. Like, why are we charging Manhattan prices?
Apartments used to be like $900, $1,000 a month. Now they're like $2,000.
I understand with the inflation, I understand that, but it's just like, literally you have to have 12 people living in one space so that everybody can afford it. Or you just, a lucky hotshot and you make a good amount of money and you can live wherever you want. That's not the situation for everybody. It's not the situation for me. It's not the situation for him. It's not the situation for everybody. So facts is facts. I've been in Brooklyn all my life. That's all I know. Right? Brooklyn is where it's at. I'm just saying. I am like a true New Yorker. Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, my heart is in Brooklyn. Like, just like your heart is in Queens. So I get it. Like, I get
Nobody want to live in Brooklyn.
Yo, man, shut your face.
4-day alternate side parking.
Yo, I don't care what you say. I hate the parking, though. Like, don't get me wrong. But that's why I didn't drive.
You're only free one day. That's a Wednesday.
I never drove. That's why you take the train. You commute. That's how you got to where.
That's the only thing I did enjoy about living in Brooklyn. We had a variety. We had a plethora of restaurants to go to.
Oh, man.
We have variety every day. We could eat whatever we wanted, something different, like variety.
Yeah. It's different. And it's like, that's how the community thrives. That's how the community is so in depth with everybody. It's connected.
But now, like, people coming in, taking over, and I'm saying, listen.
But here's the point, though. It's like, why is there have to be such a divide? in certain areas. There's a divide in income, there's a divide in education, there's a divide that, like, it's really defined in a line where sometimes I get so frustrated. It's like there's so many missed opportunities, there's so many things that people get left out of because they might not have the income, or they might not have the access, they might have all the, accessibility to that. So to me, like, I get upset about that. Like, it was like, yo, my man, like, it doesn't matter. We should all still have the same access. But there are people that do take advantage. There are people that are not really aware of what is going on and things of the community and things like that. But that's okay. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Right, and we lived in an area where we were living in East New York, but we lived in a very decent,
Yeah, we lived in a decent
middle class, well-to-do middle class families.
Everybody was working.
Everybody's working. It was nice, We were on the other side of town.
I mean, we heard shootouts once in a while.
Once in a while, but it was like
we got our cars broken into once in a while,
Yeah, if you're parking in the subway,
that
but
comes with the
comes with
territory.
Like. Yeah. But other than that, like, we lived, there wasn't much going on in our area.
No, you can't say that. Our block was popping.
I guess we were like oblivious to it. Like
could be that too.
We could just come to work and go.
Yeah, it could be because we were just oblivious too. It could be that too.
Yeah, and I felt like, and then little by little, we started seeing some of these Amish people come. Because I guess once they turn like 15, 16 years old, they're able to explore. Explore the world, and they will come to East New York.
Crazy.
And you will see.
Groups
of them.
Groups of them coming.
And we all welcomed them with open arms. We used to see them in the bodega.
In the
stores.
Yeah, they had questions.
Yeah, we used to talk to them.
Like, what y'all doing here?
And now, little by little, you're starting to see East New York get built up now again. Like, the gentrifying East New York.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It's good.
Cool. It's cool.
But now you're going to displace a lot of families. If the rent starts going up, a lot of families are going to be displaced. They can't afford it. A lot of the neighborhood staples of grocery stores and restaurants that we used to go to that have been there for years might have to leave.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not.
Or raise their prices,
It's one or the other. But that's one of the downfalls when it comes to, having other people coming in and not really appreciating what's going on there. But there's one thing I will say, that the park is nice. The park has been upgraded. The park looks amazing. And I kind of missed the park because I really liked that park. That was my favorite part. I was always there. But talking about accents, because apparently I have one, and I didn't know I had one.
Okay.
What?
You have a New York accent.
I have a New York accent. You want to hear it? No.
You hear it now?
You're hearing it right now.
And you're hearing it live, buddy. Live.
Live.
You got a full-time live show of accents.
Yeah, of accents. Every day, all day, every day. So,
What is it?
What I'm talking right now.
So
Exactly.
we go to Shake Shack. That's located right by the Brooklyn Bridge Park. There's a long line, and I hear all the different tones. I hear different accents: French, Italian. So there's a lot of tourism going into Brooklyn Park. A lot of tourism. So everybody's standing around, speaking, having a loud time, and I'm in there quiet, standing on the line. So I get to the register, and I was like, yo, how you doing? It's Sunday. It looks busy today. She goes, girl, you don't even understand. So I'm having not even having a full on conversation. She comes to me. She goes, oh my God, I love your accent. I feel like I'm home. I said, what you mean? I literally said, what you mean? She goes, I've been listening to accents and different dialects all day. You're the first one that I can fully understand. Hilarious. So I told her, I said, well, listen, my accent's not for everybody. And I was like, and we were both laughing in the counter, and everyone around us looking at us like we're crazy. I'm like, she goes, oh my God, I feel like I'm home. I said, that gives me, it gave me joy.
You felt good.
I felt good. So my girl, she hooked me up. She gave me 4 fries with cheese. No, two fries with cheese and 2 regular fries. I didn't even order that many fries. But she hooked me up. And I was just like, good looking. And I got my food fast too. So it's just like, when somebody hears an accent or somebody's familiar with like listening and hearing you, it was like, she kind of felt, she was like bogged down by so many different accents. She's like, oh my God, like so many tourism. So it's like so many
It's
tourists.
good to hear.
It's good to
New
hear.
Yorker.
Like another
Another
native,
New Yorker.
another native New
New
Yorker
Yorker.
talking to her like on the regular. I was like, yo, what is going on here? She's like, yo, it's bad busy. She was mad. It's bad busy. And I was like, it's Sunday, girl. You over here by Brooklyn Park? She was like, girl, like today was crazy. I was like, I know. I see it. I see it. She was, I've been here so early. And she was just like, I'm so happy. You have such a great accent. You make me feel like I'm home. I was like, oh, it was like the sweetest comment. I felt she was really nice. She was really nice. And then she hooked me up, so I can't say no. I was like, I got a hookup.
Nice.
So we ended up eating, sat there. We had a good time eating.
In pain, right? Is that
Not
fair?
me.
Before?
No, they were
in pain,
sore.
they're like,
They were sore.
I'm still sore.
Yeah, he's
oh, you need to talk about the ring that they fell and everything.
No, I got y'all for that. So, so
I was skating and I fell on my back.
he fell on his back. But my dude, the way he fell, he got the wind knocked out of him because he said my chest was hurting afterwards. But I got so scared because I thought that he hit his head. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I don't need right now. But they were both very stubborn. It was like, oh, we don't need the rail. And I was like, yeah.
Not both, just me.
Oh, you. I was like, y'all need the rail. So the lady at the counter, she must have had accents all day too. Because when I was like, yo, I'm coming back, your favorite customer, she goes, yeah, you kind of are. Because they came down like 6 times. First to go get the tickets to go get admitted, then to go back to go get one rail, and then go back to go get another rail. So I went back like a couple of times going back and forth. So she was just like, yeah, do they need a rail? I was like, yeah, they need a rail. So she was laughing. She was like, oh my God.
Adrian fell like 5
And then
times.
Adrian fell like 5 times. But I'm going to post videos.
But your fall was more fatal.
Yeah, your fall was like,
Fall was more fatal.
I fell, and then
Bro.
I barely breathed.
yeah, he got the wind knocked out of him for sure. Cause my man was like, yo, my chest hurt. He looked so defeated. He looked so defeated. I felt so bad. I felt so bad. But I didn't laugh though. When he fought, I didn't laugh. I laughed afterwards. Like almost like 5-10 minutes later. Cause then when I saw he was up and around and he was okay, then I laughed. I was like, then I laughed. And then his argument was like, well, Adrian took my rail. I said, but did you give it to him? Did he take it from you? And then Adrian was like, no, he gave it to me. And I was like, well, you shouldn't have gave it to him. So then I had to go get another rail to make sure that they're safe while skating. But he came home with a ripped hole and he ripped his sweatpants.
It was already ripped already.
They were ripped and you made it worse. Okay, fantastic. But taking experiences and taking your kids to go do different, try different things. It's always an adventure. But Brooklyn ain't Brooklyn no more, man. It's sad. It's a little sad, but we're looking to move to Jersey, so but we're not from Jersey, so Jersey's gonna have to get used to us. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is Stephanie.
This is Andre.
This is Adrian.
And this is your boy Stephen who fell on his back and can't breathe that much.
Oh my God!
Whose fault was that? Oh, that was yours.
Have a good day, guys.
And this is School Commute Convos, and we will see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.